Hey guys, Brad Gilmore here. Want to give a big shout out to our title sponsor, Walker Texas Lawyer. If you or a loved one have been injured in an accident, whether that be a car, truck, motorcycle accident, or some kind of other issue, hit up Walker Texas Lawyer at 713-552-1117 or walkertexaslawyer.com.
Oh, Brad, what have you done now?
Broadcasting live from Houston, Texas, and around the world. TV host, best-selling author, and radio personality Brad Gilmore brings you a collection of conversations with stars from movies.
Matthew McConaughey.
Brad Gilmore.
Mark Wahlberg.
Hey, how are you?
The legendary Mr. Christopher Lloyd. Christopher, how are we doing?
I'm doing good. Great introduction.
Jessica Alba and Lizzie Mathis. Ladies, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Kevin Costner joins us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Television.
Jimmy Fallon joins us this morning. Jimmy, how you doing, my friend?
Good morning. Thank you so much, Brad, for having me. I appreciate this, bud.
Kelly Ripa.
Brad, thank you for having me.
Comedy.
Jay Leno joins us. Jay, how you doing?
Hey, Brad, what's going on?
Chris Tucker is in the building. Chris Tucker, good morning to you.
Hey, Brad, good morning to you. How are you?
George Lopez joins us right now. George, how are you doing, sir?
Good morning.
Music.
Lola Monroe.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
The legendary frontman of AC/DC, Brian Johnson, joins us right now. Brian, how you doing?
Good morning, Brad. What looking to talk, you me funny lad.
Megan Trainor.
Thank you so much, Brad. You're awesome.
Chloe Bailey joins us. I appreciate the time.
Appreciate you.
And more. This is The Collection. Now your host, The Boat.
Brad Gilmore! Annie is joining us right now on the show, man, who's taken on quite the iconic role and will be taking the stage here in Houston, Texas at the Hobby Center for American Psycho, if you can believe it or not. His name is Robert Lenzi. Rob, how you doing?
I'm great, Brad. Thanks for having me.
Look, how do you feel? It's show day as we're doing this. You're in downtown in Houston. You're taking in the city. How are you feeling right now?
This is great. It's great. I'm love that I'm starting my week with you. This is a big week for us. We have our first performance tonight at the Hobby Center. We're in the theater we call this previews, where we're still sort of tweaking the show. I'm about to go to rehearsal. We're going to rehearse from 12 to 5. We're going to perform tonight. We're going to breathe. We're going to reset. We're going to come back. We're going to rehearse tomorrow, adjust some things, and keep going until we finally officially open on Friday night. So it's a big week for us. We're all really excited. And most importantly, I cannot wait to add the final piece when you're working on a play, which is bringing in the audience.
Yeah, well, that's what makes this form of entertainment what it is, right? I mean, movies are great, but movies will sit with people for a while. The actor doesn't get to hear the response, the shock, and all. This is that immediacy. That, as a performer, has to be what it is.
It is, and it's funny, when I started doing this, I didn't realize that would almost be the essential part of what I do as a theater actor is, with everything online and on our phones, like the experience of people being in a room together is becoming more and more unique. And I don't think audiences realize, like, they really are that final character when you're performing. Every show is different. They bring a different energy, which in turn affects me. It's like playing tennis. I'm going to serve something out to the audience. They'll give it back. And we're doing a dance together every night. And, again, sort of buried on our phones all the time. It's like become such a special, unique thing that I'm so glad that I get to participate in.
Well, what's interesting too about it is you say every audience has a different reaction. You could go out and hit maybe a line or a particular moment or beat in the play that always translates, but for some reason to that one audience, it doesn't. All right, or something that never translates does, and all of a sudden you're altered.
It's a humbling experience to perform live in front of people, because there is a craft to this for sure, but there is also a special sauce. And there's a laugh line. There's a line that you're like, this is the one. Everybody laughs at this, and somebody coughs right in the middle of the line, and it dies. It's an amazing, special thing. But again, it is a living, breathing thing performing live, and I really love that part of it. Even when I don't get my laugh or quite the reaction that I'm maybe hoping for. But that's, that's the beauty. That one night, that one cough, that'll never happen again.
Right.
So
Well, so as the baseball players say, I have another game tomorrow, right? If
right.
it didn't work, if it didn't work this time, I have another game tomorrow. But when you take on a property like American Psycho, when you get signed onto this and okay, I'm going to be playing a very well-established character that people have seen, and even, Patrick Bateman in recent years has even almost become an internet meme of some sorts. You see him a
Sure.
lot online, a lot on Instagram, quotables, certain moments from the movies. Does that come with a certain level of intimidation to take on a role like that? Or do you see it as, I'm the actor, this is the role?
It's almost, first of all, Christian Bale is truly one of our great film actors.
Yeah.
So it almost takes the pressure off. You know, I can't do what he did. I'm a different person. It's coming through me. It's also a different text, we're both working on an adaptation of a novel. So I really don't feel the pressure to recreate. To be honest, I haven't seen the movie in probably 10 years.
Which I think is probably to your benefit.
Yeah, I don't think I need to revisit it, but it's like you have a ball player whose swing you just love and you want it, and there's something to learn from that, but then you get in the box and it's got to come from you. It's got to feel, if I'm not feeling it, if I'm intellectually trying to copy someone, A, it's not as fun, and B, it's just not going to be as satisfying, I think, for audiences. So I can admire the swing, Christian Bale, great swing, but I'm going to find my own way in through it,
Yeah, what a great metaphor. And to me, when you adapt something for the stage, it's just a whole different animal that you're working with. So you really can't use, the inspiration from film as much because you're thinking about, film, the blocking of the camera, and you have the close up, you have this. When you're in a stage performance, it has to inherently be bigger, right? Everything, even the small moments, still need to feel more projected, right?
Yes, for sure. I mean, that might happen on a more conscious level, but absolutely. And so a film, a painting, a piece of music, it's all inspiration, and I'm just trying to channel that and see what it stirs up within me. And then at the end of the day, I'm just going to go out and play the play that night, and whatever happens, and you just have to, I have to let go. It's more about that than sort of trying to recreate something, if that makes sense.
Yeah, when you just said it, play the play, right? I mean, at the end of the day, that's what we're doing. We're playing.
Yeah.
We're having fun. We're enjoying it in the moment. The pressure, the rehearsals, the long hours, the script readings, the trying to break down what the character's pathology might be. That's all the hard work. But when you go out there for game day, you're playing the play. It's to have fun. You got to enjoy it.
It's to have fun. It's to affect the other actors, and then these people just happen to be here and they're participating and they're helping affect the rhythm of the show. But yeah, I think that is the perfect, I think stage acting, it really is a sort of active athletic event. And you go out there and you really do play the play is really, it's perfect for what we do every night.
It is. And to me, there's a lot of similarities between stage actors as yourself who tour this show. You're in Houston at the Hobby Center now. You're going to be in another city in another night. You're on the road constantly, and it's almost similar to a professional athlete, right? Because you're in a different town. You're not in your home bed. You got to get in late. You're trying to figure out what's open tonight, where I can go eat. Where's
Sure.
the gym going to be? Okay, where's the Playhouse? Where are we doing rehearsal? And I mean, and all that has an effect on your body and therefore on performance. How do you kind of keep that consistency of care for yourself on the road?
For sure. I think the more you do this, the more you sort of just figure out what it is that I actually need. What is important to me. For me, it's my sleep hygiene, it's what I'm eating, and then it's how I'm taking care of my body and my instrument. I will say the humidity in Houston is lovely for my vocal cords.
Oh yeah, that's right. You didn't dry
Oh no,
out.
now when I walk to the theater, I'm drenched in sweat, but chords feel quite nice. Yeah, so it's just checking in with myself, knowing what I need, and going from there. And the final thing I'll say is whatever state, my body is in and my mind is in, just once I go on that deck and I cross that threshold, I just try to let my day go, and I'm just try to really have this sort of active practice of just being there, on that stage with these people, and sort of just knowing that everything else will sort of take care of itself.
And there's no net when you're out there,
I
right?
know.
And it can't go wrong if it happens live, is what somebody once told me. But there's obviously things that can go awry or miss time or whatever the case might be. Even if you do it every single night, it's still different every single night. And part of that has to keep that experience fresh and new for you, I would assume.
Oh, absolutely. You really are constantly on your toes, and one would think as you perform more and more that maybe you could zone out or something, but it doesn't give you that opportunity. You really have to be there. And again, I'm just playing. I feel like a kid. When you're a kid, you're playing. Who wants to check out and think about lunch? Like, we're playing a game. It's fun. I want to be there. I want to be with the people every performance.
Where does this role for you personally? Where does it rank amongst the other roles that you've gotten to play? Is this one that is more work, more fun, less fun, or is it all kind of an amalgamation of the same? Does it make your Mount Rushmore, of Robert Lenzi roles?
I think it might make the Mount Rushmore. I will say it's. I think, I don't know how long the show is, 2.5 hours. I think I'm off the deck. I think I'm in the wings maybe for about 4 minutes of the whole evening. So it's really it's a special, unique opportunity to really get lost in it. You have no choice. So, but I love that. I feel like the more I do something, the more I warm up into it, the better I get. And so it's an amazing opportunity every night to really feel like I'm just logging those minutes and those hours on the stage and really getting lost in the play. No chance to check my phone, which what a gift. What a gift.
Oh, what a gift. But you probably go back to the dressing room and goes, okay, who needed me? Who needed me while I was on the stage?
Yeah, we'll see. We got football coming up. I'll see if I'm, what's the scores?
Let's look at the scores real quick. Well, also, I spoke to Billy Zane recently, who just took on a role as Marlon Brando. And I asked him kind of as he wrapped up, did he still feel like an essence of Brando was in him, especially playing a biopic, a well-known person like Brando? And he says, I would hope so. I would hope that an essence of Brando inhabits me. I don't know if you hope that an essence of Patrick Bateman inhabits you moving forward, but at the end of the play, when you get to the dressing room, does it take you a moment to decompress from the effort that was just there? Or when you cross the curtain, it's gone. You're right back to Rob.
That's a great question. There's definitely a certain sort of physical and emotional depletion by the end of the night. So I guess I do feel different. I feel like I've really sort of exercised myself. But I don't know if I think of holding on to the character as much as there are certain qualities that, again, are coming through me that, where is my confidence and swagger and rage and vulnerability and anxiety, I feel like I'm sort of, you learn more about yourself in a way because the character is sort of bringing out those parts of you and it's kind of going through this vessel, but I feel like I'm, at the end of the night, I feel more and more in touch with myself in the sort of different parts of me, if that makes sense.
No, it totally makes sense. And finding those emotions and finding ways to come down from the emotion. Because I also feel like probably getting sleep after that. Well, I guess it might be easy. Is it easy because you've been like a tour de force out there?
Yeah,
or are you still jazzed up? Because most people, when you finish a show, you're so jazzed up from it. You want to talk about it. You want to do the post-mortem. You want
For
to think
sure.
about it, and it's kind of hard to come down.
Yeah, I think that peak energy lasts for a little bit, and then once it goes away, maybe an hour, hour and a half, I sleep pretty good.
So let me ask you this. I just saw the new Spike Lee and Denzel movie, It's Highest to Lowest, and I got to talk to Spike, and I love Denzel. He and Jack Nicholson are my two favorite
Mhm.
actors on screen of all time. Both of those guys, no wasted motion. You know exactly what they're thinking from a look in their eyes, the vocal deliveries off the charts, their timing, their pacing, everything. But I also love taking in live theater. I go to New York a few times a year just to watch a Broadway play of two. I go to the Hobby Center quite often. What are some of the quintessential shows in your mind that people, if they haven't seen, they should definitely check out?
Mm.
Other than American Psycho, which is going to be
Of
here at the
course,
Hobby Center.
definitely at the Hobby Center for the next 2 weeks. Have you seen Denzel on stage?
I have not seen Othello. I heard about it.
Woo, man! Oh, it's an amazing thing to feel his energy on stage. But I will say, I'm based in New York, so I'm sort of coming at it from a New York theater centric
Sure.
lens. And I was doing a Broadway show during COVID, and so we've had this whole thing. And once coming back now, the last couple years, I will say the New York theater scene is incredibly vibrant and alive, and you can just feel all these shows that sort of were put on the back burner, sort of on deck, waiting to come on stage. And now I feel like the floodgates are really the last two years or so are finally really opening, and there's so much incredible work being done. It's hard to pick out one piece. I just saw maybe Happy Ending, which won the Tony Award for Best Musical, which really blew me away. A beautiful, beautiful show. But this season was so great. And what I love too is I've never been to Houston before, and I know Houston has such a great theater scene. I walk by the Alley Theater every day, and Tuts, and obviously at the Hobby Center. And the art scene feels very, very vibrant and alive here, just like it does in New York.
Yeah, and it is. It is. We are a theater town. We are a theater town.
I
And
love
I didn't
that.
know if you just had some classics that you love, like the Chicagos of the world.
Oh,
I will say I saw Chicago in New York during COVID.
oh
Um,
wow,
and it was an interesting experience because you keep with the mask on,
yeah,
but I like to wear glasses when I go to these
that's
shows.
a problem.
So I was fogged
Problem,
up,
Brad.
but Pamela Anderson was Roxy Hart, and she did a
Oh,
phenomenal job.
incredible artist. I cut my teeth. What brought me to the theater in the first place, I love Stephen Sondheim,
Yeah.
the composer. Sunday in the Park with George is probably my favorite show. I've never done it. I love to do that. I need to do Sweeney Todd at some point in my life. But that was the thing that, as a teenager, really just, talking about the hair standing up on the back of your neck, and I just leaned in, and I couldn't get enough of it. Just this amazing combination of so emotionally connected, but intellectually interesting, so witty and smart. But at the end of the day, I'm just so incredibly moved by his work.
Okay. I love it. And you know what? I can already tell you're going to bring it on stage. We all know that in the city of Houston. The city of Houston does have a great art scene. I've been hearing the chatter about this show for quite some time. People have been excited to see it. This is a difficult question, I think, for an actor to answer, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Do you have a specific response you want? What I always think about when I think of the audience, I think about what's the conversation in the car when they leave the movie, when they leave the show. What is the conversation they're having on the car ride home, right? Because we've all had it before with our significant others, our friends. Man, it was so crazy, this, that, and the other. Do you have a specific reaction you want from the audience, or do you want them to take it however they're supposed to take it? You're not looking for a specific reaction.
I think this piece in particular, I think people will have very different responses to it, and I think that's amazing. At the end of the day, I think what is so great about American Psycho is it ends up being this great sort of piece of existential art. Why are we here?
Yeah.
What's the point? What's our connection to other people? What's my connection to myself? And, so I hope, amongst many other things, that people sort of, that conversation is happening in the car. Because there's no bigger question than why are we here? What's the point of all this?
Why are we here? What's the point of all this? My final question for you. Again, American Psycho is coming to the Hobby Center all week, next 2 weeks. Make sure you check it out as you can at the Hobby Center. Tickets available at thehobbycenter.org. Now, for you, do you have the pre-show warm-up, right? Do you have something you do in the dressing room? Or is there something right before that gets you in the mindset to perform? Is it a Spotify playlist? Is it meditation? Are we doing yoga? Are you working on your down dog? What is it before you go out there that gets you in the zone?
I think I'm just trying. I am trying to hang out like we're hanging out. I'm trying to make sure I'm warm. I feel good, but I just want to feel connected and just feel like I'm ready to go out there and have a great time.
Well, you know what? That works for me, and it's going to work for the audiences of Houston. And we can't wait to see you take on Patrick Bateman in American Psycho at the Hobby Center. Rob, it's been a pleasure to speak with you, my friend.
You too, Brad. Thanks so much.